Hi, my name is Phil Shaw from Shaw Percussion, and today we're going to answer the question many drummers have, and that is, how do I tell when my drum is out of tune, and what do I do to tune it? Not as difficult as many of you may think, so let's get started. So which drum do you think was out of tune? Well, if you guessed the first one, you'd be absolutely right. It's pretty obvious when you hear it next to a tuned drum. You don't get the distinct bass tone slap on an out of tune drum. There's a lot of overtones coming off the drum, and everything sounds kind of bassy. So if you didn't catch it the first time, let's do that one more time. You hear the clarity in the bass tone and slap on the tuned drum. It's just not there on the untuned drum. First thing you should always do is strike the crown ring all the way around with a hammer. Two reasons. In between tunings, this is often all you need to do to pop your drum back in tune. What happens is there's connective tissue on the underside of the skin that can become glued to the bearing edge. So just by tapping this ring, you're helping the ropes overcome that friction, and that'll pop the drum back in tune. The other thing is that if you still have to tune the drum, it's making sure that this skin is free to move across that bearing edge, and you're less likely to break the head while tuning. So I'm going to go ahead and tap this drum all the way around. Now, if you're nervous, you can always take a block of wood and hammer the block of wood. Just put the block of wood against your crown ring. You'll hear this drum will probably go up just by doing this. Okay, so I've secured my tuning rope off a cradle at the bottom, and I'm going to be doing the locked method on this drum. Here's the two I want to bring together, as they have that continuous, they're joined to each other at the bottom. And one thing I like to do, a little trick, is to take a flat-headed screwdriver and slip it underneath the two verticals that I'm working on. And it just lifts them up off the drum, so it's a little bit easier to work with. And for this demonstration, it makes it easier for you to see. So I'm going to go over the two, up through the middle, pull it down. Then I'm going to go back under the two, pull it down, and pull the screwdriver out now. So now I'm using my tug cleat, and I'm going to pull, and you saw how they flipped. This is the locked method, so my horizontal is trapped against the shell, and it won't untie. So move to my next pair, these two. I'm going to use my screwdriver. Over the two, up through the middle, pull it down, back under the two. Next two. Over the two, up through the middle, pull it down. Now I'm going to add something here that I kept it flat so that you could see what I was doing. When I'm actually pulling these for the sake of my back and my body, this is what I do. I've gone up through the middle, I go back under the two, pull everything down, pull my screwdriver out. Now before I pull this, I want to have the most leverage and the least friction when I'm pulling the horizontal. So what I'll do is I'll flip this to this side so that I'm pulling straight in line with the knot, and it's going to make it a lot easier to pull because I have less friction. Then I rotate the drum back. Next two. So after you've tied a few diamonds in between, you want to keep checking the tune of your drum. And when you think you might be close, to be sure, you don't want to over tighten, stand the drum up, hit it with a hammer again to help overcome the friction between the bearing edge and the skin. And I can hear this drum going up. I'm going to check my tuning. It's a little better, but it's not where I want it. So I'm going to keep going, and with this drum, I'm going to have to go a full row. So I'm going to tie a full first row all the way around the drum. Good. So I did get into a second row on this drum. I've hit the crown ring all the way around with my rubber mallet. Don't use a metal mallet. And make sure you're only hitting the crown ring, not the skin. If you need to, use a piece of wood on the crown ring and hit it all the way around. And as you can see, it's really not that hard to tune your drum. After you've done it a couple of times, it's going to become second nature. Keep your drum in tune and enjoy it to its fullest.